There are several reasons why I had really high hopes for Christmas movie magic. I love Lifetime Christmas films. I love films about films, and this is exactly what we get, and I'm so pleased to say that it lived up to my expectations. I'm not going to say it was perfect. There were some times when I felt like the narrative dragged a little bit, and also for me, the mystery was really quite obvious, but I won't say any more than that until towards the end with a spoiler warning. But the narrative wasn't perfect. But it was heartwarming, it was festive, and it's definitely a film about a film. This was released in 2021, directed by Robert Vaughn, and it stars Holly Deveaux, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, as Alli, and Drew Seeley as Brad. There are classic will they, won't they romantic leads, and Alli has been sent to this quaint little classic town to write a story about this Christmas film. There's a very popular classic Christmas film, fictitious of course, that was filmed in this town, and it's kind of what the town is known for. So she goes there to dig into its roots and, hear from people who remember when the film was being filmed. But when she gets there, they uncover a love note on the back of some sheet music or some lyrics for the film's most popular song, and the letter is written from the film's leading man to a mysterious unknown woman, and Alli latches onto this as the lead for her story, or at least that's the intention if she is able to uncover who the true identity of the mystery woman is. And Brad, who has lived and grown up in this town and cares a lot about the town's history with this film, agrees to help her out with this. I say agrees to help her out with this. He's also invested in it as well because he wants to know more about this film and events surrounding it. So the film is all about them looking deeper into what it was like at the time when the film was being filmed, which for me is really exciting. There's like a mini film history museum set up, a wonderful looking display, and we get to hear from different people in the town who remember what it was like when the film was being filmed. We do get to see clips of this fictitious film, and honestly, I didn't find it interesting. The bit with the pig was just not as funny as the people in the film seemed to find it, but that's irrelevant to my enjoyment. It didn't hinder anything at all. I thought it was actually quite a nice technique to show us clips of this film. I just didn't find it interesting. The rest of the narrative, though, is really enjoyable. It is quite festive. There is that element of mystery, which I will talk more about with a spoiler warning in a second. I enjoyed hearing from the townspeople, and ultimately I liked watching a festive film about a film. It ticked all of the right boxes for me. If you haven't seen it, and it sounds like your kind of thing, then I definitely recommend you check it out. So the spoiler now. I'm not going to explain in exact detail what happened because I don't want to spoil it too much, but this is a slight spoiler warning. I worked out, or I guess I guessed, who the mystery woman was very quickly, about 5 minutes after they discovered the letter. And the reason I worked it out, or thought I worked it out, and it turns out I was correct, is because of how dismissive a certain character was. And obviously I'm not giving away everything, but if you've seen it, or if you haven't seen it, but you find out this bit, you should know what I mean. That I feel like a certain character's behaviour just gave it away really quickly. And of course I wasn't 100% certain on this. I still kept watching it to find out if I was correct or not. But also, at the same time, there are quite a few other films like this released from Lifetime and Hallmark, set around Christmas, where there's a mystery woman, usually is a woman, and they have to work out the identity, and it's usually always the same person, or the same category of person. And I can't say more than that. But I felt like they could have maybe worked a bit harder to make it a bit more of a mystery. But it's a light-hearted, fluffy Christmas film, so I won't think too much into it. Either way, I really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, well, I hope I've not just ruined too much of it, but I do recommend it. I did thoroughly enjoy it. Christmas movie magic is one, even though I know the outcome, I'd be happy to watch again.